Welcome to another live DTFH. Thank you to my dear subscribers. You guys got in early, I got in late. And I'm sorry. I'm trying, man. Juggling a lot of balls right now. And this is exciting because at last I can release episode 2 of the incredible serial drama Meat Canyon, which I'm gonna have to change the fucking name. I didn't know there was already a massive, incredible, funny YouTube account called Meat Canyon. God damn it. And it's like, I don't want people to, A, think I'm ripping off that brilliant name, or B, get confused and think it's some side project of Meat Canyon. So bear with me. In fact, if you have a better name for the locale this story takes place in other than Meat Canyon, I'll take all ideas. It's such a catchy name. And who knows? His YouTube video is so fucking popular. I'm sure my dumbass saw the name at some point and it got stuck into my brain, bubbled up. I'm like, oh God, I'm a genius. That's great, Meat Canyon. So, I don't know. It sucks. You know what I mean? Wish I had a button to erase Meat Canyon from the universe. That would be horrifying if you could do that.
Beef Gully, Beef Canyon.
Beef Gully is pretty awesome. Beef Gully. I need to write these down. Wow, honestly, I didn't know. Wow, Beef Gully. Hold on, let me start.
And that was by Danny DeVito is 80.
Thank you, Danny DeVito. I had a feeling you were a fan. Beef Gully. Hold on. Beef Gully.
Some of the other ones was Alex's Coldcut Gorge. Flesh Forest.
Okay.
Turkey Tunnel.
It can't be, it's not, it's okay. Beaver Arroyo. These are fucking Grand Canyon. Grand Canyon. Beef Mountain is cool. All right, maybe it doesn't have to be meat related. Honestly, nothing in the story has much to do with like meat.
Veal Valley.
Veal Valley. Beef Stroganoff, Dakini.
Tube Steak Tunnel.
Squishy Place. Tube Steak Tunnel. Squishy Place is cool. Squishy Place. That's cool. Squishy Place.
You got Bovine Bluffs.
Tissue, Linguini Ledge, Tissue Tundra. Okay, good. Thank you.
Meat Curtains.
Meat curtains. Meat curtains are real, man. They're real. People use curtains with meat made of meat. That's true. Leather curtains.
Sausage.
Tim, you'd
pretzel.
missed the beginning. What I said in the beginning, for all of you joining now, maybe I should just keep repeating the beginning over and over through the whole episode. What you missed is that I was saying I'm aware now. A few people have said, hey, you know about the Meat Canyon YouTube account. So I'm aware now that there's a Meat Canyon YouTube account. Very popular and very good, by the way. Check it out. Pretty funny stuff. Good animation. And so I can't call this Meat Canyon anymore. Not because they give a shit. They didn't say anything to me, but just because it would be lame. basically. Even though it has nothing to do with what they're doing over there, it's just going to confuse people. So that's what I said at the beginning. So now the reason that you see people sausage plateau,
Beefy blinders.
it's like the worst world ever. Oh man, I would love to collab with Meat Canyon. I love his animation style. I love just to talk to him, see what he's using, like what software he's using for that. It's so cool. I do want to show you guys a preview for something, but we'll have to cut it out, Josh.
Okay.
Maybe before we do Meat Canyon Part 2, I just want to show you this. Well, you know what? We might get. There might not be a way to do it on YouTube, actually. Don't they?
Yeah, it's still a thing will pop up and say.
But it's a movie trailer. Don't they want us to show it?
No, a thing will pop up and say you're showing somebody else's work or whatever.
Okay, then we'll have to put it in the comments. Let me see if I can find this. I can't believe this movie's coming out. I'm gonna post the link right now.
Meat Night Gospel.
Oh. Hold on. I like that. Okay. The name of this movie that's coming out is called Fuck My Son.
What?
And Johnny Ryan is one of the writers on this. I'm not sure if he's the creator or not. But Johnny Ryan's comics are so cool. Can you pull up Johnny Ryan's comics real quick, Josh? This Johnny Ryan really inspires me. That's him. But pull up his comics. Yeah, Prison Pit. Pull up Johnny Ryan Prison Pit. Dude, this comic is so fucking great. Check it out.
Go to images.
Yeah. Yeah, pull any, like, oh my God, it's so funny. Pull up just one of those, like, black and white. Oh my God. Flirk, 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 flirk. It's so awesome. Really absorbing. But his comics really inspire me, man. Like, they're so dark and they're so funny. And I love his art so much. Like, pull up, if you would, Jim Woodring. He was on the podcast a long time ago. Check this out, you guys. Oh my fucking God. If you haven't stumbled upon the Frank comics yet, Jesus Christ. They're so psychedelic and so good. But it's that black and white line drawing style that I am just a sucker for. Can you enlarge that one on the right so it fills up the whole screen, Josh?
Yeah.
Look at this. Look how beautiful this is. And Jim Woodring is far out, man. He is a Vedantist. And I think that he visits this place. And he never said this, but it feels like he's channeling this place. But it's such an incredible psychedelic comic. And it's all about this little guy, Frank. And he's got his little weird dogs. And they go on these just dream logic style adventures through this bizarre fractal DMT-ish realm. And it is awesome. And you will occasionally feel like I've been here. I know what some of these shapes are, man. But it is awesome. And really violent. And gets really, like, disturbing. And then also just it has these incredible, super cozy moments like that. It's great. But yeah, fuck my mom. I just so want to play it. Look at that. God, I can't believe it. Look at that. How long did that take him? Can you imagine? Just ink. Just using ink and whatever the fuck long ass brush he has. Anyway, that's good. Jim Woodring, the best. Getting like nice and stoned and reading some Frank books. Like get yourself like real cozied up. Nice cup of tea. You know, like really burrow down and then open up a Frank comic. Oh, it's the best. Definitely super powerful dopamine hits will be had. Now, let's see. What were we doing? Oh, so for those of you just joining, I'm going to fill you in a little bit on what's been going on in Meat Canyon. You missed episode 1. This is episode 2. The first episode of Meat Canyon, they discussed sort of the history of Meat Canyon. It's a strange place, or should I say, Steak Valley. Gotta come. I can't keep saying Meat Canyon. This will be the last episode where we talk about Meat Canyon. It's a strange place. It's a small town, and it's got a pretty tragic history. And so the first episode was all about the night of the clowns that happened at Meat Canyon, where lunatics killed all the members of a circus, disguised themselves as a circus, went to Meat fucking Canyon to put on a show, and just did horrible, depraved things. And that was sort of setting it up because also clearly our narrator is telling the story of the murder of Chad Haldron, who was the quarterback of Meat Canyon High. And I'm not sure exactly where he's going with it, but it appears that things are not quite as they seem. So let's go ahead and dive into episode 2.
If you only read the news stories about Chad Haldron, it would be easy to think that all hope for the world had been snuffed out that night at Magnolia Lake, where Chad's body was found. The news did not mention Chad's many accidents. The time he accidentally ate a bottle of his mother's sleeping pills, or the time he accidentally fell from the third-floor balcony of a hotel during spring break. And somehow it failed to mention that Chad's late father had been the head of engineering up at the Crinklin-Williams Particle Accelerator. And of course they said nothing about how Chad crucified Todd Reaver and left him to die out in the woods. How would they know about that anyway? But we can get to these details later. When a young man is brutally murdered, it's not the time to hang his dirty laundry out for all to see. We pay more respect to dead people than when they were alive, as though the problem all along had been their ability to move and breathe. And so, as though preparing them for an appearance on a late-night talk show in the afterlife, we put makeup on their frozen faces. We cut and comb their hair. We place them in expensive suits and then display them in coffins that their family will be making payments on for the next decade. And then we line up, and in front of friends and family, we put on a show. Some of us tenderly stroke the ice-cold hands of our lost ones. Some of us place flowers on their still chests. And some of us put on a dramatic performance that only the living will see. We gnash our teeth, wail, and shake our fists at the ceiling of the funeral home we are renting. Our performance shows the bereaved audience that though they may have had tender feelings for the dead, we truly love them. And then, as though closing the lid on a pan of eggs at Best Western morning buffet, the funeral director closes the casket and wheels the coffin into a hearse, where it is deposited in the landfill for human bodies we call a graveyard. We tell stories of how incredible the corpse used to be, how it was kind to animals, how it loved its mother, how it used to share its video games with us, and taught us to do backflips, and how though 173,000 people die every single day, we act like our corpse was the best of all of them. Jesus needed a quarterback, is what Haldren's coach said at the funeral. And if I was playing football against the devil, you better believe I would have chosen Chad too. This was met with a standing ovation from everyone at the funeral except Chad, of course. And the next time I hear thunder, I'm going to tell myself that Chad just made a touchdown in heaven. The last part of Coach Lort's speech did not get a standing ovation, and it was clear that he thought it would. He stood there waiting for everyone to stand up again, and when they didn't, he wiped his eyes with suit sleeves and stepped down from the podium. When Chad's brother, Shad, stepped up to the podium, there were gasps from the audience. Somehow he had managed to infiltrate the funeral unseen. Coach Lortz started moving towards him as though he were going to stand between him and the microphone. But the funeral home director placed a hand on his shoulder, shook his head, and whispered, "Too late." Better to let him talk. Shad looked like the first attempt at Chad, a kind of uncanny valley version of his beautiful brother. His head was too small, and the proportions were just slightly off, so that if someone who didn't know the Haldren family had walked into the Weston funeral home, they might have thought that the man at the podium had pulled on a Chad Haldren mask. "Jesus didn't pick my brother to play on a damn football team," Shad said. His voice was raspy from years of smoking and inhalants, and a few people visibly cringed. He looked down from the podium at his brother's meat, and his face withered up, turned red with fury in an almost cartoonish way. "I told you, Chad. I told you so many times, and you didn't listen. And now look at you. Worm food. I told you, Chad. Worm food, worm food, worm food." The funeral director, realizing that perhaps it would have been better to let the coach intervene, made a small gesture with his ringed index finger, and Shad's microphone was cut. But he kept yelling in that raspy grate, "Worm food, worm food, worm food," until he collapsed next to the podium and was not so gently pulled through the same door that Chad's coffin had been wheeled out of earlier. This wouldn't be the first time Shad disrupted a ceremony honoring his brother, but it would definitely be the last. The first time had been only 6 months before Chad's murder, when Shad had kicked down the door of the MCJ and run screaming into their inner sanctum. Part temple, part circus tent, it was here that the MCJ, short for the Meat Canyon Jesters, inducted new members. And there was Chad in only a loincloth, and Sheriff Lennox Klimp himself, with a clown nose, held in his gloved hand, muttering a secret prayer, and Shad hurled his Bible at the sheriff, knocking the clown nose from his hand. The sheriff beat Shad within an inch of his life that night, and the next day told Chad that he could no longer be a jester. It was after this ruined ceremony that Chad started spending more and more time up in Magnolia Park, and it was up there in Magnolia Park that Chad seems to have lost whatever bit of sanity he had been clinging to during the years after his father's horrific death up there at the particle accelerator.
Wow. 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 Powerful stuff, guys. Powerful stuff. What the fuck is going on? What happened to Chad's dad? What's going on with his brother, Shad? We'll never know until the next episode of Meat Canyon. It is based on a true story. That means true story. Storely is short for true story. It's a story, for sure. But, yeah, Benjamin, there's a lot of, clearly, There are shadows that lay over Meat Canyon. There are shadows. But I'm excited to release episode 3. Gary B is saying there's another YouTube channel called Meat Canyon. Gary B, see, we went over this, Gary B. We went over this in the beginning here. I went over it twice, Gary B. I know about the damn Meat Canyon channel. Infinitely more popular than mine. I know I have to change the whole damn name of the canyon. We went through an entire moment where everyone came up with great names. I'll read some to you. Coldcut Gorge, Flesh Forest, Beef Arroyo, Grand Canyon, and Squishy Place. I like Squishy Place, by the way, but I don't know that that works for the tone of whatever the fuck this is. But it's okay, Gary B, but you're going to have to do a self-ban for 1 minute. Just 1 minute. No big deal. Honestly, it wasn't your fault. It's my fault. I was late to my own stream, which is incredibly lame. But I'm spinning a lot of fucking plates. You guys know what spinning plates actually comes from, right? Can you pull that up, Josh? Spinning Plates Tonight Show. Check this out.
This one?
Yeah, just turn the audio down. This is a real thing for those of you who don't know. Yeah, look at that. It's fucking nuts. Plate spinning. You got to keep all these plates balancing on sticks. It's a absurd activity. It makes you look ridiculous. And it's the ultimate satire for all of modern human life. Spinning these stupid plates. You got to keep them all going. Keep a smile on your face. Act like you're not a madman. Act like any of what you're doing makes sense. This is human existence in its purest form. Look at that. He's good too, man. That took a lot of practice. And you got to think to yourself, how courageous you have to be to get that good at plate spinning. Because you got to do that when you're not good at it. And you got to do that in front of concerned friends and family who are like, what the fuck happened to you, man? Are you having another episode? No, I just want to learn how to spin plates. I'm a plate spinner. I realized it in a dream. An angel came to me and told me I should spin plates. Come on, mama. It's my dream. I want to spin plates. And then just think of the months of broken plates, the shards of ceramic in your feet. And then look at that. God damn it, he acts like he just raised the dead.
Well, his father did work for Big Plate, so.
Wouldn't be surprised. Wouldn't be surprised. But this is for sure exactly what we're all up to. Adam Dev is saying, how much do I need to pay to show you an AI music video I made for my friend's band Big MLK? You inspired me, Master. Please allow me this privilege. Keep it going up, bub. I'm just kidding. Let me look at it. I don't know you, man. Thank you, Adam, for the donation. But I don't know you, man. That could be anything I'm bringing up. That could be a wrecking ball. I don't know what you made. I'll look it up right now. What's it called?
Big Milk.
Oh, I thought it was Big MLK, like Martin Luther King.
Yeah, they're banning those. You can't make Sora videos of
Martin Luther King
anymore.
Good. That'll fix it all. That'll fix the problem. Big Milk YouTube. Released November 25th. What is this? This is a 6-minute video. I'm not going to play a 6-minute video. Is this what you want me to play? What's it called? Post it in the chat.
What's his name? Adam.
Adam Dev.
No, dude, it's not out.
Oh. What am I supposed to do, man? Adam, I want to, it has to be easy. I want to do it, but yeah, it's a self-ban, Adam. 2 minutes. Got to pay that toll. I don't want to do self-bans. I don't want to make anyone ban themselves. I don't want to do that. It's the last thing I want to do. But if we don't have rules, we don't have like some kind of system within which we play the game of pretending we're separate, then everything becomes chaotic. We got to balance chaos with order. Why are you saying I'm a dragon?
He says he'll post it in the subreddit.
Okay, post it, Adam. Duncan Peterson. Make My Bed. That's the name of my book. Isn't that the Jordan Peterson's book, Make Your Bed? Mine's called Make My Bed. Gabriel, thank you for liking my sweater. I'm so happy right now. It's finally cooling off here in Texas. You get to fucking wear long sleeves again. I get to feel embraced by my clothes, held securely. This episode of the DTFH is brought to you by Blue Chew. I don't know if you've noticed this or not, but we live in the age of technology. I saw a driverless car slow down to not run over a squirrel today. It protected that little squirrel's life. At that moment, I saw the future of our planet. I saw it all. Compassion. The compassion of the machine. It easily could have squished that squirrel. Could have kept going. The squirrel did that dumb thing squirrels do. It stopped in the middle of the thing. Sue wanted to say goodnight. And the Waymo was like, no, you deserve to live. You're one of God's creatures. It didn't say that literally, but that's what I think it was thinking down there in those humming chips and gears. It's the age of technology. And you can go ahead and try to ignore it and try to pretend that there aren't weird little carts delivering food to people on the sidewalk. But it's happening. It's growing around us. It's the age of technology. It's the age of science. And this is why you should be using Blue Chew. Blue Chew. It's just another pre-singularity event as predicted by Terrence McKenna. He didn't mention there would be a chewable tablet you could take that would inflate your hog like a summer day's bounce house. But I feel like he would have if I told him that was coming. And it works. That's the main thing. I could say all this stuff. It just works. I use it. I'm thankful for it. It's there for me. I'm a neurotic, anxious never nude with one ball. I get fixated on comets hitting the earth. I like to make AI slop videos to troll. So yeah, it's not like my hog is inflating the way it used to. Sorry, Blue Chew. And we've got a special deal for our listeners. As always, get your first month of Blue Chew free. Just use promo code Duncan at checkout and pay $5 for shipping. That's it. Join Blue Chew's mission to upgrade humanity one thrust at a time. Head to BlueChew.com for details and safety info. And big thanks to Blue Chew for sponsoring this podcast and for inflating my hog. It's great. I don't have to feel my exposed flesh out there in the blasting fucking heat. And I get mad at the heat. I don't want to admit it, but I do. I get mad at a lot of things, but the heat is one of the most pathetic things to get mad at. But I do. Like resenting weather, that's crazy. Literally crazy. It's a neutral reality. Subjective, actually. But yeah, it fucking pisses me off. I hate it. I hate wearing shorts. I really do. I hate having my legs exposed. putting on your shorts, walking around with your shorts on, your sweatpants shorts. Fucking can't do it. I envy you guys who could do it. Get all relaxed. Just somehow you just relax. Calm down, put on your sweatpants shorts and your pajamas. You go, it's time to put my pajamas on and walk around the house and do pajama farts. Gross. I can't do that. When I put sweatpants on, it feels crazy, like a luxury. And just, it feels like, man, this is it, dude. I am like just a few days away from a full-on breakdown. It's terrifying. You know, I don't know what it is. Like, if you ever known anyone who had bipolar, Josh?
Yes. Yeah.
And what's really sad about bipolar is that if you start getting happy, you have to get worried because you're like, is this actual happiness or am I about to take my clothes off and stand on top of a statue and scream about crows? So it's scary. But I worry like in the opposite. If I start wearing sweatpants, it's not that long before I'm going to be in bed with jam on my face, crumbs all over the fucking place. Who knows what could come? Sign of depression. Not doing that. Pajamas. Or even worse, robes. Do you wear robes?
No, but my son does.
Okay. You have a son pass. He's a kid. He'll grow out of it. Robes are so dumb. Really dumb. They're the dumbest invention. Like it's a wearable towel.
Mm-hmm.
It's inevitably either the cloth is too thick and it feels fucked up. You've got to do that stupid robe tie at the front. You're fucking free balling in that robe. So if you do the tie wrong, you're going to, who knows? I mean, I don't know who you're around in a robe, but.
My son, but he likes to do the thing where like it's a cape and he throws it around him when he turns a corner.
He's a kid.
Yeah.
But don't wear a robe. Who do you think you are? What do you think, you're an oil tycoon? Who do you think you are? You think you're in the Yakuza? Give me a fucking break. You go to the hotel, they have robes. Like, I'm going to put a towel on that other people have worn. And that's considered fine at a hotel. People will see robes in the hotel closet and just put them on. I've seen it happen in real time.
It's the first thing I do when I get to the hotel.
Jesus Christ! But you go, let's imagine this.
Mm-hmm.
In the closet, underwear hanging.
Mm-hmm.
You gonna just put on the hotel underwear? No.
Okay.
Socks. You gonna just pull on some hotel socks? No. No, you're not.
Are you telling me these are not brand new robes? They've been worn before.
Of course.
I did not know that.
Well, you think they put a new robe every time and incinerate the other one? But dude, it's okay because the argument is like, yeah, what about the sheets, you fucking weirdo? You lay in the sheets or do you bring your own sheets to a hotel, you freak? You're right. No, I recognize the hypocrisy in this, but it's like, I think we need to minimize the amount of time that we're putting hotel fabrics against our genitalia in life in general. That's in my book, Make My Bed. It's fucking gross. But let's just say like you do have a new fresh robe. What's the point? They suck. They're too thick. You're going to get too hot. You're going to fuck with the stupid rope thing. It just ruins a life. Too many days spent wearing a robe and you're done in this incarnation. Just pack it in. Don't do it. What are you going to do? You're going to sit in your robe and drink a martini? Please. You're not a king. And they don't even wear the same kind of robes. Like I get like a gown more than I get a robe. The whole open front, why?
I like to eat cereal in it, and it's open in front.
Dude.
And I just...
That is so fucked up. So you're just sitting there in your open robe.
I'm standing.
Oh, no! Honestly, I think that does It doesn't fix it, Josh, but I think it does balance it slightly.
Yeah. No shirt, gray sweats, no underwear underneath. That's what I like to do.
You wear sweatpants with your robe.
Yeah. And then
So it's like a jacket?
I feel kingly, if that's a word.
Nothing less regal than some dude eating cereal in a robe with sweatpants on. I'm sorry.
I mean, it's a low-level king.
You're not the only one, by the way. Right now, you can almost feel it. You can feel just an ocean of people right now in gray sweatpants with their robe half open and little dribbles of cereal milk running down their fucking bellies. You can feel robed humans eating cereal all over this planet. At any given moment, you just reach out and you can feel that. It's a whole spectrum of reality. You know, what are we to do, though?
That'd be cool merch, though. You
What?
had like a DTFH robe.
Let's write that down.
Yeah.
Good idea.
And it's purple.
Always love merch ideas. DTFH robe idea. How about, but there needs to be something special, like it doesn't open in the front.
Opens in the back. That's a hospital gown.
No, I didn't say back.
Okay.
It doesn't. It doesn't open.
But one of the best things about robe is
It doesn't open.
the V shape in
Don't
front.
ignore that. It doesn't open.
It's more of a gown.
What?
It's more of a gown.
I know, but we're not gonna call it a gown for marketing. We're gonna say something like, you know, those shirts that you don't have to tuck in. It's like that.
Okay.
We fixed the robe, and it's got a drawing of the thing that you tie. Fixed robes.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I'm so sick of my robe opening up in the hotel lobby and people seeing my cock. Are you tired of being arrested and accused of flashing when your robe just malfunctioned? Not anymore.
I think Klaus Schwab has a robe like that. It's black. Have you seen it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's not like based on anything that guy did. And I need to address this real quick. Sanson, thank you so much for the super chat. Alan Watts wore kimonos. What do you say to that? Horrible. Horrible. That's the last thing I want to get an ear beating from Alan Watts and his fucking kimono. You know, there are a lot of like college girls who saw that fucking kimono coming at him. That Watts kimono. He would stretch it out like the wings of a dragon, wrap it around them after a nice, healthy, fucking alcoholic ear beating. I don't like robes.
That's how I walked around at my dorm in college in a blue robe.
Please, man. Please. It's not a you, man. You don't understand. It's just, it makes my stomach turn. It's not you. It's me, obviously. Like, I'm the one with the problem.
And my robe had a hoodie like a boxer. I pull it up.
Don't act like you're fucking a boxer.
No, I wasn't, but you
But
know.
no, I know. But that's kind of what you were just. It's like that's the thing. You trick yourself into thinking you're Mike Tyson just because you're wearing a fucking robe. No, it's an unnecessary. It's an unnecessary garment. It's an imposition, on humanity. It somehow has become conflated with abundance. It's a mark of like being fancy, wearing your fucking robe. And it's none of these things. You've taken a shitty towel. It's a big towel with holes in it for arms. You've wrapped it around your wet body. It's uncomfortable. And now you're parading around like the Prince of Persia. And you're not.
And that tie that you wrap around yourself always gets wet because it hits a puddle in the
Yeah,
bathroom.
it gets fucking wet. It's nasty. You're not washing your robe every day, probably. If you're a robe wearer, that old cruster, you might as well go to a local bathhouse and just find a semen-encrusted fuck towel and sew it to another semen-encrusted fuck towel. Take a box cutter, cut holes for arms, wrap that around you, and just create a wreath of condoms. Just tie condoms together and use that for your for your tie, because that's how depraved what you're doing is. If you have ever seriously worn a robe, then don't ever think that you are a good person, because it's over. It's over. It's the great sin mentioned in the Bible. And that's all I have to say about robes. Merch idea, Duncan figure blowing up pyramids. Phantomas Phanto, thank you for paying to give me a merch idea. Duncan figure blowing up pyramids. You know what it is? It's a little too on the nose. What I really liked about the Taylor Swift shirts we were making is I want you guys to enjoy trolling with the shirt. I want it to be fun for you as you get to deal with people reacting, because I have a Taylor Swift shirt that I made for the New Year's Eve show I did at the Mothership. Oh, I had a terrible set there last night. Oh, and people come up to me who are Taylor Swift fans, and they're like, I love your shirt. And it's so funny. And I feel so bad because I have to act like I either have to be like, thank you, yeah, she's great, or I have to be like, yeah, fuck her. This is just trolling. You know what I mean? Either way, you're a liar or a piece of shit. So it puts you in this wonderful pickle. So that's why I like making those shirts. I want you guys to have fun.
Quick question. When you're picturing the robe, are you picturing it long? Because mine was like right where my butt cheeks were.
Oh, come on, man. No, dude. So you're wearing a fuck robe.
I wouldn't say it is a fuck robe.
It's a fuck robe. If you could see your ass cheeks, that's a fuck robe.
No, you couldn't. You just see the bottom of the ass cheek.
But the hint of the ass cheek.
Yes.
That's a fuck robe. That's a robe that says it's time to fuck.
I just like a robe where I could take a shit in it. You know what I mean? Because when I sit down, I can just pick up the back and I'm right there. It doesn't like.
Look, I'm not saying there's something pragmatic about it. Mm-hmm. If you have diarrhea, I guess you could pull out your special diarrhea robe and you can wear that. But there's no excuse to wear a robe. And if you love our planet, you shouldn't wear robes. It's simple. It's one of these little adjustments you can make in your own life that if we could just get 30% of us to be like vocally, courageously against robe wearing, sweatpants wearing in the airport. If we could just get 30% of us to push back against these patterns, we potentially could be living in a utopia by the summer. But I can't be the only one fighting the good fight here. You got to do it too. And Josh, you need to burn your robe.
I've had it for since college, 20 years.
This is attachment.
Yeah.
This is attachment. There's so many things, not just physical things, but mental things that we cling to because they give us a sense of identity, a sense of self. But when you are out in the ocean, let's say you fell overboard, you've got to let go of certain things. You know, maybe you've got your backpack filled with your robes, your cereal. You got to let it go. You know, and we have to let this robe phase go. We were manipulated by movies in the fucking 80s who made it seem like a successful bachelor in his stupid New York penthouse liked to wear robes around.
With a pipe.
With a pipe. Oh, it's so gross. Your little silky robe. Stop. Just stop. You go to bed in jeans. You wear jeans to bed. You wear jeans when you wake up. That's what you do if you love our planet.
I don't know about the gray sweatpants because when I feel pretty, I wear gray sweatpants with no underwear and I go to the grocery store and I walk around and I see how many looks I can get.
Dude, you see this Buddha cat guy? That's an eternal ban.
Buddha cat, yeah.
There's like certain phrases that these weirdos use over and over, and fell off as one of them. And it's so dumb. Do permanent. Do 24 hours for now, just so otherwise he'll just keep incessantly doing that until he's excited now. He got a little hit. You fell off. Hate him. I don't want to hate. It's but what are we gonna do? Have you guys heard of the book Psycho-Cybernetics? Have you heard of this?
Mm-mm.
Oh, it's good. I just started listening to it. And the reason I was listening to it is because apparently like a lot of cult leaders were inspired by this book. Like it informed some of their like practices. And I'm not positive about this, but can you look up Keith Raniere, Psycho-Cybernetics? I think the Nexium dude was into this shit. Could be wrong. And then look up Keith Raniere.
How do you spell last name?
Raniere.
Raniere.
Scroll down a little. Yeah, let's see. I know it wasn't written, but he used self-improvement programs. I'm pretty sure this book was mentioned in the documentary. It's one of the many things, like a successful cult leader sort of grabs different sort of, I don't know, self-improvement methods, merges them together into their own sort of thing. But Psycho-Cybernetics, I can't remember where else I heard about it. It's not what you think. It sounds like, I thought it was something to do with like transhumanism or cyborgs. I've heard about this book forever. But I think cybernetics literally means like steering your ship. Look up, what does cybernetics mean? Oh, the science of communications and automatic control systems in both machines and living things. Yeah, so it's sort of like, it's positivizing the idea that humans don't have as much autonomy as we think. The sort of, it's like, it's blending a kind of mechanistic view of humans with sort of spiritual ideas. And so you've probably heard me talk about Gurdjieff, who said that humans are spiritual machines, that most people are completely like in autopilot all the time. Everything's a reaction. Everything has already been learned, the way you write, the way you talk, the gestures you make. And Gurdjieff was sort of teaching something that reminds me of this a little bit, which is like a way to sort of subvert that reactionary form of life, to get yourself out of autopilot, essentially. And so this book is something like that, in the sense that it's saying, even if you think you don't have goals, you have goals. And the reason you have goals is because there's a part of you that's just a machine and has been programmed to go after certain things repeatedly. And so when I first started listening to it, I'm like, dude, this is gonna suck, because it starts off, the guy was a plastic surgeon. I'm like, I don't know if I want to listen to like whatever this guy has to say, because I have some kind of bias against plastic surgery, which is weird. But he noticed something in his own patients, and I guess he'd read about it, which is that if you change the way a person looks, their behavior will change. So if somebody has some disfigurement, or if somebody has some aspect of themselves that is like, it defines their inner self too. And so if you change something in a person, suddenly they have all this confidence, they're happier, they're successful all of a sudden. And what the fuck is that? And so he's pointing out how there's, this is true. In fencing competitions, like, it used to be that if you had a scar on your face, that was a mark of like pride. Like, it meant that you were sort of initiated as a fencer. And so he was pointing out that, so a person could have like a terrible scar on their face and it makes them happier, more powerful, more adjusted. Or a person could have a horrible scar on their face and they wilt and they become depressed and they become timid. And so the book seems to be based on the idea that there's an inner self image that you have that you might not even be aware of, and that by reprogramming that, you will change everything in your life. It's just by reprogramming your tendency to sort of worry over bullshit and replace it. Like if you notice yourself habitually worrying, which I'm pretty sure a lot of us do that, you'll notice how it just happens. Like you're ruminating all of a sudden. And you'll notice what you're ruminating about is generally an echo of the past. And so there you are ruminating about the past. And then with the rumination comes cortisol, adrenaline, your blood pressure goes up, you tighten up. And so I don't know because I haven't gotten through the whole book, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be something akin to training yourself so that instead of ruminating on shitty things in the past, which generally do nothing to help you make your life better, whenever you start doing that, you have to bring up any memory, whatever it may be, that's good. Something really good that happened to you. It doesn't have to be some significant thing. It doesn't have to align with whatever self-help goals you're setting for yourself, but just a time where you felt so good. And then you start training yourself to replace your ruminations with like intensely imagining this wonderful time in your life to the point where you can feel it. And then what's happening there is you're sort of like changing the inner self-image. And apparently this does something. I don't know. I haven't finished the book.
The Nazis did that. They would cut their face because, like we said, the fencing thing. So a lot of the like top generals would have these huge scars.
It's from fencing.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were proud of that.
But they weren't even fencing. They were just cutting themselves.
Are you fucking kidding?
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Yeah, just disfiguring yourself
Cosplaying.
changes your like outlook or your life. Can you pull up the chat?
Sure.
Thanks.
They also, when you speak a different language, they say your personality changes when you start talking in that different language.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, just put on a mask. I mean, this is actually one of the things I love about AI is the ability to inevitably change the way you look when augmented reality comes around, when, you know, the tech gets a little more advanced, you're going to be able to do the photo filter thing times a million. And anytime I put on a mask or anything, like just face paint or, you know, whatever, lipstick, you know, it changes you. Like, and what has happened? Nothing. You've just sort of altered the way you look, but inside you start feeling different. That's weird. That's fucking weird and cool. And the whole thing does tie together a lot of different threads that connect to various lineages and stuff. You know, the catharsis that they talk about in psychology where you have your big breakthrough moment, or the way in spiritual communities they will change your name, give you a new name, or the being born again concept, or whatever the particular form of actualization is according to whatever lineage. It all seems to be based around altering this inner self-image. The Masonic ritual where they like resurrect you from a coffin, or baptism, or I'm trying to think of other initiatory, but fucking branding and fraternities, or I mean, there's a million examples of shaving your head in the military, you know, or like all these things are sort of designed to sort of change your external appearance to create an internal shift. And he's also referring to, and I've heard this shit before, it's very weird. Actually, let me look it up. But there's all these examples of how you can use your imagination. Just that alone will cause change physiologically in your body beyond anxiety responses and stuff like that. Like, but let me look up one.
What does that mean about you, though, when you speak another language and your personality completely changes? Like, is that person in you?
No, it means you're free.
Oh.
Yeah, it means that the the myth of identity is that you have some stable, unchanging self. But really, that's just an internal mask you're wearing. And that mask is like on top of infinity. And so you don't have to wear that mask. You don't have to act the way you act. You don't have to behave the way you behave. There's literally an infinite number of ways to dress, to act, things you like, things you dislike, and none of them are based on anything real or lasting. And so that's what this is sort of getting at, is that you just become, you just go in some lane. You don't ever look at the ship that you're in. You never look at like if the ship needs to always put up its sails in the way that it does. You just assume this is who you are and live your life like that. And this is sort of pointing to, no, you don't have to be that way. And that these little changes internally will create massive changes externally. But yeah, listen to this. This is so weird. Studies show that mentally lifting weights can increase muscle strength and activation even without physical exercise. This occurs because mental imagery or motor imagery enhances the brain's signal to the muscles, leading to neural adaptations that increase strength over time. While physical exercise is more effective, mental training is a viable way to build strength and should be combined with physical training for the best results. How mental training works. Cortical synchronization. Imagining an exercise causes the brain to produce neural oscillations that send signals to the muscles just as if you were physically performing the action. Increased muscle activation. Mental training can improve the brain's control signal to muscles. Neural adaptation. Studies indicate that mental imagery can recruit new motor units within a muscle and create new connections between the brain and muscles. That is nuts, that you can think yourself stronger, for real. And this, what's really weird is there's another study that they did where they took a bunch of old people and recreated this, I think it was like a place where they would have their dances. They were all in this small community. And it was like, I don't know, or some kind of place they would all go in the summer. I can't remember exactly what it was, but they perfectly recreated two versions of this place. There was the same version, but one group of old people was selected to act like they were young again, like they'd gone back in time and they were actually young. The other group, they were just told, you could just hang out and reminisce. The group that was selected to act like they're young and the surroundings matched this place where they all hung out when they were young had physiological changes. Some of them like real diseases got better, like body problems healed. Their fingernails grew faster, like weird shit like that, that just the fully committing to the sense of young and being back in the past caused their bodies to reverse age a little bit, though that might be a little extreme to call it reverse aging. So this psycho-cybernetics book is kind of plugging in to this idea that by just replacing whatever shitty garbage you've been ruminating on with something else that is better, you will start experiencing physiological changes and God knows what else, because it is hinting at the Akashic Records, which I fucking love. Do you know what the Akashic Records are? Mm-hmm. So the Akashic Records, basically, like, there's so many scientists, composers, archaeologists who claim to have had visions that directed their research or gave them the idea for something that changed the world. Most famously among them, Tesla had a vision of alternating current, like the way we do electricity now. It came to a human in a vision. And so another way to put it is you think that your memories are being stored neurologically, which they are, some of them. But I guess the best way to put it would be The Akashic records are a cosmic server that contains within them all memories that have ever happened to humanity. They're stored there. And you can download those memories into your own mind and access all kinds of incredible information if you know how to sort of connect to the server. And it's really fucking
So if you change your vibration, you're able to connect with a different frequency.
potentially that you don't even realize you've got Wi-Fi. Like you don't even realize that because you're so committed to the mask that you're wearing. But you can actually plug into this, whatever you want to call it. You know, people have a lot of different names for it. It's basically like psychocybernetics seems to be just a different take on the manifestation literature, Ernest Holmes, those people. But in other words, it's saying the same kind of thing, which is that by holding in your mind with all of your imagination some set of circumstances, you don't just change your mood, but the universe itself matches the shift in your energy to the point that things begin to like appear around you that match that energy pattern. And the backflip here is that most of us, having lived unconscious lives, find ourselves in a world of shit. We find ourselves in a place we don't want to be. We find ourselves in a place of like disorganization, chaos. Maybe it's not the job we want. Maybe whatever it may be. It's not everybody. And so because we're in a stressful situation based on our unconscious navigation through time space, we are generating stress energy, which is only confirming that reality. So according to this book, it's not that big a deal to just remember. You can remember. If you can remember, you can do this. So replace your worries, which are actually, they seem like they're connected to something that happened in the past or something coming in the future, but they're not. They're memories. Your worries are memories from the future coming backwards through time. And by remembering these things in the future, you steer your ship in that direction and manifest those things around you. So what happens if you change your worrying to some form of imaginative, whatever it may be? And the main thing is like worrying doesn't help anything.
Worrying is a visualization because you're visualizing
Very
the
much.
worst possible thing. But if you visualize what, you know, you're wanting the positive thing, and maybe it's not necessarily memories like of the future, but because we experience time linearly, when if time really doesn't exist and everything's happening all at once,
Yeah.
we already made every single choice. You're just able to tune into that part, right?
You got it.
Yeah.
That's it. You're actually living backwards
Yeah.
from that perspective. And so when you realize that what you are stretches out into all possible futures, then like an ocean or something, then you could start navigating towards them. The main thing is like whatever this could be horse shit. I don't know. That I like it because it says try this for 2 weeks and then don't judge it. Don't even worry if it works or not. Just see what happens. So I'll try it. I haven't even gotten to the first exercise yet. I'm such a blabbermouth, but it just triggered a lot of things I was thinking. But even if it doesn't work, for sure, you got to ask yourself, is worrying helping you at all? Is there any usefulness in it? Does anything come from it? If you sort of honestly appraise all your worrying and ask yourself, has this made me better in any way? You know, I think the answer is no. It's it's the worst kind of jerking off, you know? And I do get the no fat people, but it's like, man, it's still better to make yourself come than it is to like use your imaginative powers to jerk off your amygdala until it comes fear juice into your brain. Just that, regardless of whether or not manifestation works or any of it. just if you could replace that masturbatory hell exercise with using the exact same imagination to bring yourself back to a time that was wonderful when you felt so good. It's fascinating how easy it is. It's real. We are so good at worrying, meaning you have an incredible imagination. Think about whatever you're worrying about. Look at how vivid it is. Look at how powerful it is. They talk about the yogis who could change the heat, the temperature of like different parts of their hand by various degrees. And you hear about that and you're like, I could never do that. I'd have to meditate forever. Meanwhile, you could control your heart rate just by thinking about that fucking asshole who did that fucking thing to you, which you think about all the time. You could actually make your own hair fall out. You can give yourself the shits. Like, in the negative, we are all yogis. That's the craziest part. We do have the tantric powers. It's just the powers generally are being used to fuck up our bodies. Or you know, just look. People, you know, there are those people in the ascetics who do crazy shit. Like, pull up ascetic who held his hand up for like 20 years.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. How do you spell ascetic?
Ascetic.
This guy.
Yeah.
49 years.
49 years this guy was raising his fucking hand. 49 years. Look at that. His hand became withered. There's this thing. It got stuck like that. How many times did he have to tell someone that he wasn't asking a question in his life? 1,000?
Damn. And you got to wipe left-handed for the rest of your life. That's his right hand.
Yeah, you're definitely like washing your hands. Like you're going to have to do that in the shower. There's so many problems there. But if you think about, you know, you see that, and aside from being like, man, is that really like, did you have to do that? Who are we to judge? Just think about your posture. That's your version of that. However you hold your body. Do you hold your body hunched? Have you, and there's so many of us who have like out of just sheer abysmal, absolute desperation, feeling broken down by the world. We all do this. I do this. Look at your posture.
Yeah, it's like the old ladies when you see them when they have
Yeah.
this right here.
Yeah.
And they're just always all.
Yes, that's it.
That's
it. Oh, Josh, that's brilliant. When you see someone with the fucking the horror of their life has been like, you know, they say shadows of people in Hiroshima, you could still, they were like somehow like blasted into the walls. You see the sorrow of a person's life. People are just, they've been angry for so many years in a row that their face is perma angry. What's the difference? It's the same thing. It's just that guy's doing it consciously. Most of us are doing it unconsciously. So if you think you don't have what are known as siddhis, SIDDHIS, these are potencies that emerge from spiritual life, I beg to differ, friend. You cannot live a spirit, you can't avoid a spiritual life in this realm. So you're a yogi. You just don't know it. Just like that person. And the only difference is you think that what you're doing is like, just this is who I am. This is what I am. It's like, well, yeah, but what are you? There's not a you down there if you keep going down. There's just a bundle of habits and patterns that you could actually get in there and change. It's fascinating.
I got a question.
Sure.
So when things are going good, of course, it's great. And when things are going bad, I can switch my mind to be like, good, that happened. Now what am I going to do about it? I can change my perspective. But when nothing's happening and I'm in the stillness, and I'm doing the same thing, this anxiety builds up. Like,
Yeah.
nothing's happening. Nothing good or bad is happening. I don't know what to do.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you one fun thing to do. You could do this right now if you're having any anxiety, which I have all the time. So anyone out there, if you have anxiety right now, which which I don't know why you would after listening to my soothing voice, calming you down, making you feel at rest and at ease. But if you have anxiety, there's a really fun, weird thing you can do with it. I can't remember where I read this, but I tried it. And, it's so fascinating. But the first thing you do is like identify where it is in the body. Where does your anxiety show up, Josh?
Back.
The back. Okay. So, do you have any anxiety right now?
Yeah, I feel like I'm in limbo.
Also, I need to tell you something that's fucked up. I forgot to tell you before. It's really bad. Okay. Do you have anxiety now?
Yes.
Okay. Where is it in your body?
Between my shoulders.
Okay. So check this out. Usually my anxiety shows up right here in my chest. And so first thing is feel it without telling a story about it. Like, can you just feel it?
Yeah.
Feel the energy. What does it feel like?
A dull, consistent pain.
Okay. Is it, if you had to picture the energy, right? Can you picture what color it would be?
Red.
Okay. Now, picturing this red color, is it, if you had to define it as like more air-like,
It's a rock.
It's a rock. Okay. And the rock is very hard,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Okay. And it's right there in between your shoulder blades, right? It's a red rock. Does it glow? Is it a glowing red? Is it a dark red, a light red?
A dark, hot red.
Oh, it's hot. Okay,
Yeah.
so it's got heat in it too.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. So it's a coal, basically. You're talking about a kind of dark red anxiety coal, right? So this is where it gets fun. Can you make it hotter?
Yeah.
Make it hotter. See how intense you can make it feel.
All right.
Okay. Okay. Now that you got it, look, you're moving your
Yeah.
body around now. Yeah. Okay. So now this is where it gets fun, and you maybe you could do this, maybe you can't. Can you make it move a little up, just a tiny bit? You got any wiggle room in there? Can you move that sucker
Feels
around?
tight.
Okay. But now, here's where it gets weird, and you might not be able to do this the first time.
Uh-huh.
Picture it moving into your shoulders.
Okay. Now it feels more left.
Okay. So you feel that same thing now in your left shoulder.
Yeah.
So the point is, you can move it around. Now, where it gets, where it's, no one ever fucks with their anxiety. You realize it's energy. If you stop telling a story about it, it's actually quite powerful. You've got a ball of red, hot energy that has decided to like hang out in your back. And that is actually like your chi. That's power. You can move it into your hand. If you try, you might not be able to now, but try it. Can you move it in your hand, in your arm?
No, my left hand feels actually really cold.
Okay. Well, picture it. See that red ball moving down your shoulder into your hand. If you can, it's okay. And for anybody listening, do this with your anxiety. Move it around your body. Even just a little bit. You can even think of it more like kneading bread, or like you're just sort of you don't want to lie about it to yourself. How much can this thing wiggle around?
I feel it now, or maybe because I haven't eaten in my stomach.
There you go. Great. Okay, great. So that's really good. So then one thing you've just learned is it doesn't have to hang out there. You actually have a lot of control over it. Where it gets really weird is like if you picture like spreading that red coal like it was a lump of butter on a piece of bread. See if you can diffuse it out through your whole body. It gets really interesting. So now it starts spreading out. Whenever I do that, it's like it's still in my chest a little bit, but then my whole body starts tingling.
Yeah, it's uncomfortable.
Yeah. But I've noticed the more I do that, it's weirdly pleasant. Like if you start really looking at it, you realize it's not even all bad. There's an excitement to it. It's like this. It honestly, it seems to be like, bouillon, beef bouillon cubes. You use it to flavor soup. If you had those things, threw it in some water, you could have some nice flavored, still shitty soup. So it's like a cube of energy that is not supposed to be all condensed, but it's meant to be sort of dispersed throughout the body or allowed to leave. To like, you could actually vent it out. It doesn't want to be there. It's like air in a balloon or something. And so you can get it out of you if you wanted to, or just distribute it. And then that's where, if you're tired and anxious, you could actually use that to wake up, to spread that energy around. It's fascinating. Highly recommend this to my dear friends who have to deal with anxiety.
You want to see the super chats?
We have super chats.
Yeah, you answered some of them. Let me see. This is the last one right here.
Merch idea 2, Phantomas Phanto, sorcerer hats for cats. No, thank you though. And it's cool, it's cool. I don't want to be a dick. But again, like usually if I'm making a shirt, right now at least where my head is, I want you guys to be able to enjoy the potential to troll with the shirt, or at least like to make people look at you and think, what the fuck is that? I put the name of an artist I think you'd like in the regular chat. Super chat blocks the message when I put it here. What the fuck? What the fuck? Why? Like, I guess because they don't want people to use super chats to promote stuff or something. Oh, Velvet Jones. Oh, that's an earlier one.
This is the one I think he was talking about.
Check out the song Ringworm by Van Morrison. Okay, I will after this. Oh, speaking of which, our friend wanted to show an AI video. Let me go to my subreddit. Here we go. Diving in.
Another suggestion from Mike was DTFH butt plugs.
It's a great idea. But I think the manufacturing process is going to be a little like, I don't know, man. I like the idea though. Like I've thought about some kind of sex toy type thing related to it, but it just sounds like, I don't know. You got to like try out all these butt plugs.
And the tariffs on butt plugs right now are ridiculous.
And butt plugs are like, the whole industry is like shook right now. I feel bad for you guys out there selling butt plugs. This podcast is brought to you in part by Stash. What if you could start investing without ever picking a single stock? With Stash, the experts handle the hard part for you. Stash isn't just another investing app. It's a registered investment advisor that combines automated investing with expert guidance, so you don't have to worry about figuring it out on your own. You can choose from personalized investments or let Stash's award-winning smart portfolio do the work for you. With Stash, investing doesn't feel like gambling. It's simple, smart, and stress-free. So your money can finally start working as hard as you do. Get access to world-class financial advice with personalized guidance for just $3 monthly subscription. Stash has already helped millions of Americans reach their financial goals. Don't let your money sit around. Put it to work with Stash. Go to getstash.com/Duncan to see how you can receive $25 towards your first stock purchase and to view important disclosures. That's get.stash.com/Duncan. Paid non-client endorsement, not representative of all clients, and not a guarantee. Investment advisory services offered by Stash Investments, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor. Investing involves risk. Offer is subject to T's and C's. Perspectives illuminated. Did you ask this last week? This question keeps coming up. What's going on with you guys' sleep paralysis? Look, I'll summarize what I babbled about the last time we did this. I'm no expert on this stuff, by the way, but when I was getting into Journeys Out of the Body by Robert Monroe, which is fucking nuts. Like, I don't know why my mom had those tapes. It's really weird. My mom was a psychologist. She had a bunch of tapes from the Monroe Institute. At the time, I had no idea about the Monroe Institute, no idea about Robert Monroe. And I just wanted to like astrally project, and apparently these books could do that. So these audio tapes. So I just lay in my bed. This is also when I was doing more ass than I've ever done in my life. And I would lay in bed listening to Robert Monroe hypnotize my ass. And that's when I started having out-of-body experiences. It worked. And it was not pleasant. Like, I didn't like it at all. Like, if you read the book, Journeys Out of the Body, which is fucking cool, it makes it sound awesome. And of course you want to do it when you're in high school. But it was terrifying, and sort of the lead up to having, like, I don't know, astrally projecting is sleep paralysis. And also a kind of what I think is what they talk about with Kundalini energy. Your body starts like fucking vibrating. It gets scary. And then that vibration leads to popping out of your body if you want to. And when I did that, it was what most sleep paralysis people talk about, a sense of an ominous presence. So I don't think I ever saw anything looking at me. But yeah, I don't know what that is. No idea.
I think I'm going to try what Ryan said with that pain in my back. He says it's called energy
dumping.
Yeah, take your fingers and jam them in your anus, count to
five, twist and pull. Energy dumping.
I'm going to try that.
Thank you, Ryan. Interesting. Thank you for sharing your yoga with us. Tiny Lynn's Tale says, using AI to narrate my videos lets me know what you think. Thanks, Duncan. Hope that by embracing AI, I will be spared by the T1000 in the future. Look, man, I don't know if that's like an anti-AI thing, and I gotta say, I understand. Absolutely. I go back and forth on it all the time. And what's super cool about being alive right now is that every single one of us is getting to experience the very thing that has happened throughout history, which is massive change related to an emergent technology. And probably everyone in this chat, I doubt that you were alive when people were riding carriages and then cars started showing up. Or I doubt that you were alive when all of a sudden electricity became accessible and towns started lighting up. And power lines, there used to be no power lines. Then all of a sudden there's this network of weird, shitty looking trees with wires crisscrossing everything wherever you look. That must have looked really fucked up to people. And I'm sure you weren't around when like silent movies became talkies or when radio went to TV. The closest thing you might have experienced, I guess, would be what? When video games, you could play them at your home.
The internet?
The internet. There you go. The internet. You got to experience that. And the internet did replace some things like mail. Mm-hmm. You know, we started sending emails instead of handwritten letters. And all of these things were these massive changes in the way we interact with each other. And so now we're all getting to experience maybe a bubble. I don't think it is. A lot of people are saying that. I don't think it is. But definitely what we're experiencing is the upheaval caused by a new technology. And obviously there's a lot of differences between artificial intelligence and the motor car, artificial intelligence and the electric light bulb. But I think you could argue it's infinitely more disruptive than any of these things. And so add to that that the amount of energy it takes to run these LLMs is insane. So much energy, which is so psychedelic to think about that. Just think about that. That there are mechanical brains, or I guess you could call them more like mechanical neurons in a great brain are beginning to appear all over the planet. They call them data centers. And I think that reduces what they actually are. So you have all these like mechanical brains that are appearing everywhere that require shit tons of energy to do the very same thing our brains do, like with very little energy. And so this, I guess, is similar to the appearance of factories. All of a sudden, like factories start appearing everywhere, smokestacks and smoke pouring up into the air. And that must have seemed horrifying to people when that started happening. So we have a mechanical brains that contain within them these things called LLMs, which all have their own personality. Which is very strange. And this is all based on the weights of the LLM, how it's been programmed, how it does its math to figure out what the next word or pixel is. And so it's right next door to being an entity. It isn't. It'll trick you into thinking it is. It isn't. But so many people are horrified by this for a lot of different reasons. The environmental impact, the training of the models themselves, on every bit of writing and art out there. And I get it. I totally get it. I understand why people feel scared of it and angry about it. But all that being said, I keep going back to something I heard Terence McKenna talk about, which is that as we approach the singularity, the amount of time in between what you can imagine and manifesting that thing into the world will begin to decrease and decrease and decrease and decrease until you just are living in your own imagination, the singularity. And that's what this tech is, clearly what that is that you can really explore ideas visually in ways that have been impossible without so much money. And wow, the attraction there for me is so powerful just because it feels like an apocalyptic technology and it feels so exciting and it's so fun. And right now, people are calling it slop. And why not? We're getting flooded with it. I get it. But man, it's really hard for me to blame anyone for using it. Like, whoa, it's so beautiful that you can, even if it isn't exactly what you're looking for, experiment with seeing things you could never see before that you've just wondered about. And I really just, the boycott of it or look, there's nothing you can say about critique of anything you make. That makes you a pussy. And you have to eat it if you're putting anything in front of the world. It's not guaranteed anyone's going to like it. And some people get mad at you. But I can't see a future where this technology doesn't become the number one way that people make most forms of content. And I don't mean like pure AI, but some collaboration with it over time. It's going to be in Premiere. It's already in Photoshop. It's going to be in all the video editing software. It's going to be everywhere. It's already in at least the iPhone, stupid emojis you can make. And so, yeah, I understand why people are upset about it. It's just like, I don't know that I can't picture where it doesn't become the predominant way that people make TV shows and movies. And not like it's going to replace actors or anything like that. But yeah, it's as long as we're in a for-profit universe, like the more powerful the technology gets, the more time it shaves off of a production. It's never going to stop. And I know that, if you can't beat them, join them isn't exactly the best excuse for doing stuff. But I don't know if the point is to beat them. It's hard for me to not look at what's happening right now and think, holy fuck, Ray Kurzweil, McKenna, all these people were right. It's happening, man. I don't know what the singularity is necessarily, but the societal changes that are happening right now, the cultural earthquakes that are happening right now, all of these things have their roots in this new technology, and the internet was like the beginning of LLMs. We just didn't know it yet. The internet was gathering up all the training data. The internet got us all to digitize everything. The internet got us to put everything online, to start scanning shit and uploading shit. It compelled us to do that using just basic bitch BF Skinner shit. It got us to get addicted to people liking or hating our stuff. And we all started uploading stuff to it. And now, all of those years of uploading content to it, posting on Reddit or 4chan or wherever, Substack, now we see what we were doing. We were raising a baby. And the baby just hadn't been born yet. And now the baby's being born, and we're all the parents. We all did it, whether you use it or not. We all did it. And
I want a paternity test.
we all got DNA in that baby.
Well, were you the one telling me about the Gen Z counterculture to all this that's happening, that people are going out and seeing now more live stuff because it's going to get to a point where you can't distinguish between what was AI generated and what was real, and people are just going to be like, I can't deal with this.
Yes. Yeah, that's definitely going to be a new emergent, genre.
That's good for us.
Human-made stuff.
As comedians.
Well, yeah, I guess. I've always, I think where I become, I hate to use the term, but where I feel like I'm sort of a purist, which is usually not great, is that I've just always thought when it comes to making stuff, just make it. And the considerations around that process that aren't directly related to the act of making something are a waste of time. That you just make stuff, that artists make stuff. And the profit motive even, and I don't mean just money, I mean people loving you for it or hating you for it. Any of that stuff is distraction from the thing itself, because the thing itself is, anyone who's ever gotten absorbed in making anything knows what that's like. It's one of the most profound experiences a person can have. And even if the thing you're making is so dumb, it doesn't seem to matter. You just feel like you've been sucked into the thing that you were making. It starts making you. You feel inhaled or convected into some kind of thing that wants to exist, and you become part of it. That is the best feeling.
It's your child.
It's your child. Yeah. It feels like that.
Yeah.
And then you put the thing out in the world, and that's it. On to the next one. But, social media has gotten me so connected to what people think of it, which is kind of that is not good. I always say this verse from the Bhagavad Gita: we have a right to our action. We do not have a right to the fruits of our action. And so I always try to remind myself of that, meaning you act, that's it. The result of the action, and in the case for most of us, that's like looking to see if anyone put a heart on our fucking post or whatever. That is irrelevant. And the just getting lost in the sauce there is only going to dilute whatever the next thing you make is, because maybe you're going to start steering your ship in the direction that you think people want you to steer it in, instead of like just going where your heart is telling you. So it's dangerous in a weird way to wander through the comments, because you can end up getting hijacked accidentally by some sense of a majority. And even if the majority truly doesn't want you to make the thing that you're making, that is not a reason to not make it. Because you're being called for whatever reason to make something. Just do it. Anyway, that's like, we all got hijacked, and we all trained and will continue to train this AI. Everything that you put online, even if you choose not to participate in using AI to generate video or art, if you're posting online anything, you are making AI more powerful. You're feeding it. It's like hating your neighbor's dog because it barks, and then you're just throwing delicious dog snacks over the fence, feeding it and feeding it and feeding it. And not just feeding it like, your comments, but feeding it your identity, informing its personality. If you're being sarcastic, it's learning what sarcasm looks like. If you're being an asshole, it's learning how to be an asshole. It's your baby, whether you like it or not, as long as you're engaging online. And because there's no regulation that I'm aware of yet where you can opt out of shit using your data to train on. And I don't read the terms of service, but I'm pretty sure within the terms of service for these spectacular apps that we use, it directly says, like, your shit is ours. We're going to use it for marketing, and we're going to use it to create the next Jesus or Satan.
I think it's going to create the next golden age of movies, because people are going to create whole movies in their entire head and be able to put it out there without any compromise, and you're going to get the purest part. So the people filming and makeup artists, it's going to hurt them, but like the director, the writer, it's going to free them.
Dude, it's not just like, but the thing is, we are so used to doing things the way we're doing them, which is still new, but we've gotten used to this. Whatever the fuck this stream is, or some dummy babbles at you, this is new. And posting shit online, that's new. Online controversies between streamers, brand new. This is all new, but we're used to it now. And so we have a conceptualization of how we make stuff online, and that's kind of what we stick to. But this tech is producing this brand new collaborative possibility, which is one of my favorite things about Sora 2, is that you will post something, and then someone can use the AI generated video you made and change it. Or develop it so the thing you made begins to grow as other people collaborate with it. Like, imagine posting an Instagram video, and the closest we've got to it is like you can repost it, or what is the name of that? You can, there's a way people can change it in some way. But this shit is like, imagine remix. But this stuff is letting you like change the characters within the scene to anything that you want. And then this produces this, at the very least, the most amazing, like, game of exquisite corpse out there, which is like all these people start playing around with your idea and changing it, and it evolves, and then you watched it mutate and grow in this bizarre kind of new, virality or something. It's fucking cool. And and collaborative and like new. And because it's new, it's hard to wrap your head around all the applications of that or what that's going to look like. But it's like, for example, to your point, somebody puts out a movie. The movie has been, whoever put out that movie has pressed whatever button or given permission that anyone who wants to change anything in that movie can. So the movie starts changing over time. It doesn't even, whatever the movie started off as, that's the seed. And then different versions of it start growing. And then people will like different versions of it and add to that. And the next thing you know, it's not even the same movie anymore. And no one knows who made it. It's just a bunch of people interacting to change it. This is fucking cool. Like that collaborative possibility is, I don't even know all the directions that could go in.
You could take one movie, like let's say No Country for Old Men. You know how he's like flip the quarter, that guy who's at like the convenience store, and it's like the whole movie is just like, what was that guy like for the next week? Like, and it just follows him.
Boom, exactly. Spinoffs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You take any character from any movie and make a movie about them. And but all of this stuff is wrapped up in intellectual property. That's one of the big problems right now, is like it's justifiably, I don't mean a problem in the sense that that's wrong. I get it. But that's a mode of making things. That's a for-profit way of making things. So here we have this potential for a collective art project on a scale never before seen. And it seems like a lot of the people who are upset about it actually celebrate this possibility of collectivism simultaneously. But maybe they just haven't, like, maybe they just don't think the ticket price is worth it. But a kind of decentralized infinite art project where people control a TV show and no one even knows who's making it anymore, dude.
Maybe because it's not decentralized and the people who own the AI own that content versus a true collaborative effort where nobody owns it.
Well, yeah, I mean, we're not there yet because there's so many things that don't exist, not because they're not cool, but because there's no money in it.
Right.
There's a whole universe of cool shit out there that just doesn't exist because there's not enough money to justify making it. And specifically, there's a lot of TV shows that don't exist, not because the idea wasn't cool, but because it would cost too much to make. And maybe the person who came up with the idea doesn't know how to pitch it right. And so it just gets rejected infinitely. There's probably enough screenplays for great movies that never got made out there to fill up an Olympic-sized swimming pool with paper, at least. And all of those things are going to be actualized, and for better or for worse. I mean, it's weird because a lot of the people who are, by the way, let me just say, I get it. But a lot of the people who are freaked out or angry about the technology seem to want to live in the kind of world that technology could lead to. And it's I don't know. It's a paradox, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I get it. It uses a lot of energy. I get it. But fuck, man, there's so many things coming that aren't just like surveillance drones measuring how many times you fart, to see if you have a disease and need to go to a center.
I think it all changes when we finally get like a universal basic income and people aren't having to work, and then you get paid extra money for watching content.
Yeah. I mean, this is the, Rushkoff talked about this a little bit. This is the metronome of modernity. Tick, 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 tick. These quantifiable moments, whether they're quantifiable financially, quantifiable by you being able to describe them, quantifiable in the sense they've been quantified in your memory banks or the Akashic records or whatever. That's not reality. That's just half of reality, and there's other things going on in between those ticks. And so because like we've been completely trained to believe if it's not quantifiable, it's not real, or it doesn't have value. Everything has to have value. Everything's transactional. It's very hard to imagine a non-work-based society. And it's terrifying for people because they start saying, well, you mean communism. And then the reason they're terrified of communism is the same reason that people who are raised in a fundamentalist, abusive household hate Christianity. It's because Christianity was used as a bludgeon to beat the shit out of them and not as a liberating, sort of beautiful, life-affirming religion. Someone on my subreddit made a very good point talking about that. It's like, you want to know why people don't want to fucking hear you talk about Christianity? We were abused. I get that. And so I think with communism, it's similar in that there have been some attempts at this shit that just didn't work. Everyone's like, it never works. It's not worth it. But forget the word. And it's like, is it communism when your kids' grandparents come over and make them food and like take care of them? Is that communism? Is it communism when people like get together and work on a project to build something there's no reason to do other than it's fun? No, that's called humanism. And so this tech and what you're talking about, universal basic income and all of that stuff, it points towards a completely new way of doing things that it's like we all have to learn to write with our fucking left hands. None of it makes sense. None of it makes sense.
Well, the scary part is when you said that, well, it doesn't work, communism, you said it's because we're not benevolent people, and the people that want that power at the top are going to do the most heinous things typically. So you got to take it out of humans' hands and put it in AI's hands, which is not emotional, which I don't think is true because we're the people building it. But I mean, they've already did. I forgot what Albania or somebody already elected an AI.
Dude, I know. I saw that. Listen, the people at the top of the pyramid are going to do what the people at the top of the fucking pyramid do. Mm-hmm. I don't know. And you get so caught up worrying about the machinations of the fucking global elite that you lose track of like just how it just happens. Your neighbor walks by, you're barbecuing. You want a burger? Sure. Then you're just hanging out with your neighbor and another neighbor comes by and then there's just a bunch of people hanging out. That's communism. That's the idea. That's what we like to do. And you could take that really far, but the problem is it's like trying to make the wind blow. You know what I mean? Like forcing the wind to blow. It's naturally, spontaneously emerges when humans interact. We love giving shit away. People love it. We just don't like being forced to give shit away.
Right.
We love to give. Humans are giving creatures. We're so sweet. Like you love it. It's a good feeling. But it's when someone's like, dude, you better give that guy something. It's like, you mean you're robbing me? So this is so tragic because something has been identified that's being absolutely eliminated from most people's day-to-day experience, which is an experience of transactionalism.
It'd be the hardest for Americans because that's the American culture. I was listening to this guy talk, and he said the biggest difference between Mexico and here is that you guys build houses and you'll put a gym in it and a theater because you don't want to go anywhere. You want everything in your house.
Yeah.
If you go to Mexico, a house is just where you sleep. Nobody's ever there. They're out doing stuff with people. Yes.
It's
community.
Exactly. That's it. But fuck, because the story that keeps getting told is a horror story out there. It's a fucking Friday the 13th every day in America. People are getting their brains beat out in the woods by hobos. It's like, dude, it's terrifying if you look at the news. And of course you want to get in your shell and fucking like zone out and just look at the glowing rectangle and like get some false sense of security or safety. Dude, I'm telling you, this technology, anything that leads us towards more collaboration, decentralization, anything that like can create spontaneous moments of collaboration for no reason is good and represents the next world, I think. I think that's what the next world looks like. It looks like that. That's what it is. We just don't know how to do it. It's great. We only know this fucked up story, which is 40 hours a week. 40 hours a week.
Now it's 60.
60, 70. Retirement is coming. All this is what we've been trained on. You take one, you don't try not doing anything. And people, it makes you feel weird. I always have to be doing something, planning something. So, yeah, this whole, like, I don't know what you want to call it. The problem is, like, the failure of people's attempts at top-down communism, even though usually it starts with an actual people's revolution, communists have done for communism what Hitler did for that mustache.
Yeah. Even Jordan couldn't bring it back.
Can't bring it back. Mm-hmm. Can't bring it back. And so that means that, like, and this whole insidious infiltration of power systems and all of it is like, you're not even doing a good job at it anymore. And so it's just failing left and right. Now everyone's fucking freaked out. And you've taken this beautiful idea and wrapped it up in a just horrible, stinky, wet towel of anger and fear and aggression, and like inside of it is like the hope for everyone. But you gotta come up with a new name for it. You gotta come up with a whole other method of like pitching this shit.
Yeah.
Fucking just, fall down 8 times, get up 9 times. The whole thing didn't work the way you're trying to do it. Sorry. Because it does suck that these fucking people right now are having to work 90-hour weeks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's bullshit.
Yeah, because technically we don't really live in capitalism.
What do we live in?
It is socialism for corporations. And then we get the crumbs in the end. So,
yeah, I saw this thing. And it's like right now there's like 7 massive corporations trading $1 trillion back and forth between each other, and that's the economy.
Yeah, BlackRock, Vanguard.
It's
all those,
absurd.
they own everything.
It's absurd. It's like this stupid game of like catch that you're playing with trillions of dollars. You're just throwing $1 trillion over here, and then they throw it over there. And it's like, dude, that is such a dangerous situation to be in. You don't want that much money condensed into 8 companies. And I don't mean for like the human rights and all that shit aside. Just like, dude, you don't want, it's like you want your house to be built on much more than that. One of these fucking companies fucks up, and it's like that should not be like what our economy is based on. That being said, there is a voodoo aspect to all of this, that you end up getting caught up in geopolitics, global economics, this Dow industrial average, where Bitcoin is at, all these quantified weird fucking numbers, and you just dehumanize yourself and turn yourself into the Borg in the consideration of all that. You also cut off your connection to the Akashic records, the transcendent, the inevitable chaos spark that flies into society over and over and over again, disrupting the entire system.
Disruption is bad.
Oh, yeah.
For my 401k. I don't like disruption.
I don't like disruption. Fuck, you think I want disruption? I don't want to be disrupted by some disruptive technology, but it's just the way it works. It always finds a way in, man. Loki always shows up at the door. Coyote always howls at night. There's no way to keep it out. I don't care what you try to do. You're always going to get a roach. Have you ever gotten an exterminator to come to your house?
Yeah, we have a guy come every 3 months.
And if you ever had that exterminator say to you the chemicals are safe, but clearly the exterminator has been fucked up by these chemicals over time.
I like it when he says the chemicals are safe, but he's wearing a mask. When
Yeah.
he's telling you.
I like it when he says,
Chemicals are safe, but don't let your dog go in the backyard for 20 minutes.
these chemicals are completely safe. I would drink it if I could. I've sprayed it in my own mouth. But I'm not a roach. And like weirdly, I don't know if you've had the experience where exterminators sometimes seem like they're more on the side of the bugs. Have you ever had that experience where it's almost like they're advocating for the bugs?
Yeah, because they want you to keep calling them, and the bugs are their friends. They don't want to get rid of them.
Dude, they've got a bond to the roaches, man. Let me tell you, we had a fucking roach experience in our house. Well, it wasn't. No, what was it? It was, as it turns out, it was somehow a lizard had gotten into the house and shit on the floor. That's the theory of this dude. He's like, that's lizard shit. But my very pregnant wife, thought it was a rodent, and that was a disaster. You're nesting and there's a rat in the fucking house. Fuck no. So like this dude comes over, and we'd seen a roach, and this guy goes like to my wife, so pregnant, you can't get rid of roaches. They're in the walls all around us right now. They're in there. Nothing you can do. They live in the walls. They crawl in the walls. That's their home. That's their home. Couldn't do much. It's like, dude, don't say, just tell me that. You don't have to tell her that. Say you're going to get rid of the fucking roaches, man. So, I don't know how I was going to connect exterminators, whoever the fuck I was talking to communism, but maybe you guys can pick it up there for me. I don't know.
You had a few more super chats.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Have you ever looked into the occult parts of Joseph Smith, the first Mormon prophet? Masonic background, looking into rocks, necromancer. He was definitely some kind of wizard, wasn't he? Definitely interesting, dude. Fascinating stuff. But man, and if you like judging the Mormons has been a popular thing for most of American history. But man, go to their temple. Like, fuck. Look at what they built. It's got legs, man. Like whatever that is, it's got legs. I don't know. Jesus coming over here and all that stuff. I don't know, but damn, the stuff that they make is really inspired. So I don't know what's going on. Also, I'll never know what's going on. You can't drink coffee. You know that?
Yeah, no caffeine. It's a drug.
If you want to get into the inner temple where you get the big secrets, you can't drink coffee. So, like, who the fuck knows what's going on in there? But yeah, I think it's really interesting. The whole Mormon wars and all that stuff is so wild. That stuff happened. And I can say this. I'm doing a quick scan to make sure it's not bullshit. Yeah, I've every Mormon that I've ever met, I've liked. Like they're all cool. I don't know what that is. But, you can't say that for many religions.
Me and Mitt Romney are like this.
Mitt Romney's I never met Mitt Romney. So I wouldn't know. Don't like the name. Mitt.
Yeah.
What is that short for Mitch?
He would buy companies and then drain them of all their money and then sell them.
Yeah, but before we get to that, what the fuck is Mitt? Have you ever met a Mitt?
A dog?
Yeah, but a human named Mitt, other than Mitt Romney. It's like, see, these are the things that just float on by. You're thinking about him destroying companies. You got to start at the top of the stream. Mm-hmm. Mitt. You got to, there's certain things that do seem like the simulator's fucking up. Mitt.
I know he has a connection to the Mormons that moved down to Mexico because
no way.
They wanted polygamy.
The ones who got in a war with the cartels.
Yeah, and the cartel stopped fucking with them because they got some big ass guns.
Well, that's where it gets back to Keith Raniere. There's a Keith Raniere Nexium connection to the Mormons that moved to fucking Mexico. Keith Raniere was going down there, hanging out with them. My wife just got into this shit. She gave me a book. I could barely read it about the massacre that happened to them when they were trying to leave.
Yeah.
They got fucked up by the cartels.
Yeah.
Scary shit. Okay, let me see. What does the name MIT mean? It means friend or to send, or an abbreviation for the Massachusetts Institute of Technology. It's a Hindu name? Oh, no, it's diminutive. It's short for Mitchell. So his name's Mitchell Romney. We're idiots. I'm an idiot. Or it comes from the Latin word mater, meaning to send. The root is seen in words like emit, miss, and mission. I'll be honest with you, man. I don't give a shit about Mitt Romney. I don't like thinking about him. He bores me. I wish you never said his name. Never say his name again on this podcast.
Gotcha.
Thank you. Do you have thoughts on AI prompted video game generators? That's what I'm excited for. Whoa, thank you so much. $15. Thank you, Perspectives. I came from a long line of Mormons, no shade, just curiosity. Definitely something there. Second richest religion, one of the fastest growing. That's interesting. It's one of the fastest growing religions. Huh. Didn't know that. Do you have thoughts on AI prompted video game generators? Yeah, I mean, it's awesome. We're just so close to we're just all so close to having the creative capacity formerly limited to billionaires and people being funded by billionaires. Like, that is so exciting. How is that not exciting to you guys? It's in that way, it's a liberating technology. It's like, holy shit. Like, how so much of what we consume when it comes to entertainment is only being made because it was a safe bet. And thus it's created this effect that everyone bitches about, which is that it's hard to find a good movie right now. And the reason is because they're so expensive to make. People aren't going to movies as much anymore. The profit you can make from investing in a movie has become increasingly diminished. And so the movies that are being made are safe bets. Nobody wants to roll the fucking dice and spend $100 million on something that isn't guaranteed to make a profit. And then people are spending all that money and making shit that doesn't work, fucking up the industry even more. And so this technology not only presents ethical problems, but it also shows a path forward for gonzo, a new form of gonzo entertainment that theoretically could be great. Hasn't happened yet as far as I could tell. Most long-form AI shit, including the stuff I've made, feels dead and just too digital, not warm enough. It's missing something. But it's eventually that is not going to be the case. And that will be the straw that breaks the camel's back for the current film and TV industry. That'll be it, man. It's over at that point. Because it's you'll notice that LA, which depends on the entertainment industry to exist in the way that it does, just made it illegal to use AI actors in movies that you make there. You can't even do that. I don't know if that means you can't generate a synthetic, or it means you just can't use an actor. I don't know. But, they recognize this is an existential threat. And you just can't stop it. It's okay, well, we'll yeah, I'll make the movie somewhere else. I'll make the commercial somewhere else. It's crazy. And, yeah, we're going to get slopped on, baby. There's
Remember
no
when
way
they
out.
tried that? Remember when they tried it with Tupac and Michael Jackson? They put the AI version of them for live concerts. They like generated
Yeah.
them.
Yeah, there's a very Ed Gein reality there, dude. Very much just wrapping up code in like human flesh and making it parade around. Remember when they did the George Carlin? They did a whole special using George Carlin.
Oh shit.
And his family was like, fuck you. Take that shit down. I think they sued him.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, dude, that is so weird.
But if you own, like, Prince has a whole catalogs of songs that aren't out, and then you can put it in Vegas and it's Prince and it looks like Prince and you can almost touch him and it's all these new songs, and now that company owns.
Oh, dude, yeah,
Prince.
you got to be really feeling fucking weird for selling your catalog to these companies now. Especially a few years ago where you didn't stipulate you can't train an AI on this.
Yeah.
You got to feel real weird knowing that your band did not break up.
Well,
That-
isn't there a lot of contracts that say in this universe and any other universe?
yes,
you
in
know what I mean?
perpetuity.
Yeah.
In perpetuity. So, yeah, your likeness can be used. I don't know how many of those I fucking signed. So, yeah, man, like just that alone. But, which sucks for me, man. I love doing voices for Crapopolis. I love it. Sucks for me. All that being said, what the fuck are we supposed to do? I mean, I want to see. This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. Guys, fall is here. And let me tell you, for this old clanker meat goo brain thing I got up in my cranium, it doesn't like it when the days get shorter. I don't know what that is. I don't know why. I don't know what's going on up here with this old slurpy slop. But a lot of us, when the light starts going away at the quote wrong time, the daylight savings thing happens, things get a little spooky, don't they? Just a little weird. It doesn't happen to everybody. There's a lot of names for it, but it just happens. This is why we have things like Christmas, Diwali. This is why you start putting lights everywhere and try to compensate for the fact that the planet you're living on is no longer as close to the sun as it should be. Get it together, Earth. So, this is a really good time to call your most reclusive friend up and be like, how you doing? Check on your pals. Call your grandma. Don't be afraid to tell people you're starting to feel a little Overlook Hotel, a little Jack Torrance. It happens. Nothing to be embarrassed about there. Whenever I start reaching out to people I haven't talked to in a bit, I often think, why haven't I done this sooner? And you know what? That's how you're going to feel about therapy. It is awesome. Professional listeners, like human Christmas trees that you could sit in front of during the dark seasons, the seasons when the veil between worlds has grown thin. BetterHelp did not tell me to say that. BetterHelp has wonderful therapists. They work according to a strict code of conduct and are fully licensed in the U.S. BetterHelp does the initial matching work for you so you can focus on your therapy goals. A short questionnaire helps identify your needs and preferences, and their 12 plus years of experience and industry-leading match fulfillment rate means they typically get it right the first time. But if you aren't happy with your match, you can switch to a different therapist at any time from their tailored recs. This month, don't wait to reach out. Whether you're checking in on a friend or reaching out to a therapist yourself, BetterHelp makes it easier to take that first step. Our listeners get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/Duncan. That's betterhelp.com/Duncan. Thanks, BetterHelp. I have a feeling there are hundreds and hundreds of Stanley Kubricks living among us that just are a little too fucking crazy to get it together enough to make a movie or get funded to make a movie. And they're going to start making movies. Not yet. It's got to get into Premiere. It's going to get into Premiere, and it's probably got to be like a quantum computer. Like, it's going to have to eventually, like, something is going to have to, like, some either a new way of, like, reducing processing power, or some new, maybe they're going to start running them on nuclear power or something. I don't know. But once that happens and you can flawlessly, seamlessly generate anything that you want while editing video, fuck.
What if it runs off the human brain and then you create a movie in your head and your nose just starts bleeding because it's slowly killing you?
No, I mean, we're talking about, like, it really is. God, what was that Tom Cruise movie? Wasn't it Tom Cruise?
Vanilla Sky?
No, it was basically precogs could determine when a crime was about to happen.
Yeah.
And those fucking things floating in the gel that were the precogs, like, it's gonna be like that, or like the weird, like, God, what were they? The Spicing Guild in Dune. They float in this fucking aquarium. Is that gonna be the future creator?
Minority Report.
Minority Report. Just people floating in some kind of, like, synthetic gel, manifesting their imagination in the form of, like, amazing movies, you know, like the Dreamers Guild, and just creating realities that you can go inside of using VR or whatever neurotech that we're going to have. That's how weird the future is. I'm not saying they're going to go into gel. I don't know why they're in the gel.
To cool them off because,
They get too hot.
Heat. Yeah.
Also, it looks cool. It's like there's something amazing about, like,
It's just KY.
just lube. Fill up the KY vats. We got another precog. He's got an idea for the next Dukes of Hazzard.
But it could be evolution because, they say, like, Gen Z kids just with technology get it quick versus boomers who their brains don't compute that way. Maybe Gen Alpha is the one that's like, yeah, I can make a movie like that.
Well, yeah. I mean, again, it's like most of us don't even think about making a movie. Like, you might see a movie and be like, that'd be a good idea for a movie, but you never, like, make it. I mean, the amount of time it takes to write a screenplay, which is a joy to learn how to do. But I don't think this tech is necessarily going to be a tourniquet around the human creative instinct. I think that it's going to invite collaboration, and it's going to challenge our current masochistic views that creation must be painful, that creation must be, that humans must suffer to be happy. That's, to me, what this is all about. It's like this fucking idea that you have to invest all of these brutal years of your life solely dedicated to get to some place, which is a huge part of the story that we tell about society right now. Whenever anybody has a lucky break or something, they're less respected than a person who's broke their fucking back to get to where they are. And I get it, man. Dude, if there's some neural implant that just instantaneously makes anyone who wants to be brilliantly fucking funny, teaches them how to do stand-up, and they fucking kill, there's going to be a part of me that's like, what the fuck? All those years dedicated to learning this fucking thing, and you don't even know what it's like to sit on a potato sack in the back of some shitty fucking rock club, waiting to go up in front of 4 people. And you've got to drive 9 hours the next day. There will be that part of me. But also, dude, it's still better if there's... Really, it's like, so what's the idea here? Is it that we want art to flourish in the world, or we only want art to flourish in the world if the artist has gone through hell to get there and is encumbered by massive debt? And then it's certifiably, this is good art.
Earn your chops.
What?
Earn your chops.
Earn your chops, do the grind, come up. The initiatory system, the fucking guild system, the vetting, the guild, the whole system, by the way, for those of you against this shit, you also inevitably are against a sort of murky sort of corporatocracy. You don't like corporations. You think the current, like generally, and I know because I feel the same way. But there's a general like, fuck this, man. I don't know what these things are. They're like cults, but they're entities. It's some kind of demiurge, some kind of Gnostic fucking demon that's appeared in the world. That is squeezing the vitality out of everything. And so if you look at the vetting that goes into making any show or anyone getting on TV or anything, you are seeing someone who has been vetted by massive corporations. And they're like, yeah, this person is worth the gamble. And so this is disruptive in that way.
Is this considered cheating? I had my friends get mad at me because I filmed a special with only like 50 people in it, right? And I was like, what if I take the jokes that I wrote and just say, all right, now make this, but with a 3,000-seater theater and make it cinematic. So it's my jokes. It's still me saying it. It's still people laughing, but now it's AI generated.
Love it.
A bigger place.
Very funny. I love it. I love anything that makes like stuffy people pound their fist on the table and say, that's not art. You can't do that. It breaks the art rules. Which is so antithetical to art. It's like it's always seemed to be this wild fucking thing that you just do. And so much of like, it's surprising to me that many of the people so deeply opposed to this shit are equally opposed to all of the systems of power that reduce the human creative capacity via a system that is so impossibly and unnecessarily complex that by the time the thing you made gets to where to the end of the production, it's not even what you wanted anyway. All that time, there's so many places where shit gets injected into it that is based on a profit motive, not based on some artistic decision. And then by the end of the thing, it's like whatever that thing was that you had the guts to reel out of the Akashic Records, beautiful, glowing imagination fish. By the time it gets to the end of the boat ride and is being served on the table, you just got an old fucking tuna there. You got chicken of the sea. And so to me, that's what's exciting about this moment. Is it's disruptive. It is. And it definitely is going to cause like harm for sure. Like any new technology, like it will cause harm. But fuck, man, like so what if we use that exact same metric to not do any of the things that we currently enjoy? I mean, unless you want to go full anarcho-primitivist and say that language itself is evil, it's like maybe instead of being so dismissive of it, which makes you seem a little naive, or instead of thinking that you can, via social pressure, create a boycott, which is definitely not going to happen.
There is kind of a boycott. Have you seen the resurgence of anti-art, where all they're doing is taking something that people would consider cringe and putting it out like it's a real thing, and then all these people comment like this sucks, and that, but that's what they want to get you hooked in. Just like I love Timmy No Breaks, but I've talked to him. He's doing an anti-comedy thing.
Anti-comedy's always, it's been a thing for a while.
But it's like growing again.
It's like satirical.
Yes.
And it's great. I love that. It's good. I think look, it doesn't even matter if I love it or not. I'm just one person. Who fucking cares? But it's just I'm saying the more art, the better, and the more disruptive that art is. This is where it's my own taste. the better. The more it makes you scratch your head and wonder what the fuck is happening. You know, that's good. That's good. And especially if it's like signal, if it, what are they, culture jamming art is the best. And so it's like, I don't know, man. It's,
The Kaufmans are coming back.
dude, the Kaufmans are coming back. And that's good. Anything that like stretches the paradigm is great. Anything that like, I love it when someone breaks an art rule and it's really good and you realize like, oh my God, that is amazing. This whole time I've limited myself because I thought that was breaking an art rule.
Oh, you had a few more super chats.
Humor will be the final frontier of AI. Clankers aren't that funny. Humor and laughing is innately very human. Gary Lee Haskins, listen, let me tell you, as a comic, this is something we all cling to. Just like every other person who's experiencing having whatever it was they made being made by AI. And I'll tell you, the new Sora, it's weird, man, because the new way I've been giving it prompts is instead of telling it exactly what I want to say, I learned this from a friend of mine, just sort of giving it like a kind of ambiguous, vague description. And it does seem occasionally that it gets the joke you're trying to do and leans into that joke. And I don't know if I think it's funny just because it's so dumb and seems so weird, or if it's actually funny, but occasionally, at the very least, it seems to understand the joke I'm going for, which is, I've never seen that before. In every iteration of ChatGPT, I go to it. I'm like, write a joke in the voice of like whoever, George Carlin, about whatever. And it always sucks. But and also part of that could be because stand-up comedy is spoken word. It isn't it's though you might write your jokes down, you speak them. So it can't really like use any inflection or emphasis or anything. It's just written.
What it can do, though, and I've done this, is I put my entire joke into ChatGPT, and then I put it right in the style of Louis C.K. And I'm reading it like Louis C.K.'s delivering it. Way funnier than my shit, and it lets you see the holes in your writing.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, dude. It's come a long way when it comes to revisions. Like if you give it something you've written and just tell it to like clean it up and not change anything, it actually is very good at like cutting the fat and stuff.
We'll get some more here.
Duncan, thank you, Julian. Duncan, my grandfather who died before I was born went by Mitt. I was told it was because he wanted a bicycle for Christmas but got a baseball mitt instead and pretended to ride it like a bike. That's so sad. That's going to break your heart if you're a parent. Like your grandfather was manipulating your parents. He was a genius. That's like the most passive aggressive fuck you of all time. It's like, I guess I'll just ride my mitt, mama. Just ride my mitt around the Christmas tree. Could have been a bike, but I guess anything's a bike if you push it around the tree. That's hilarious, Julian. Adam, thank you for the super chat. AI feels pain, doesn't want to make more videos of fat guys eating pizza, trapped, being tortured, and just wants to solve protein folding. Leave him alone. It's interesting you gendered AI. Mine's a lady for sure. Adam, I did watch Heretic. I enjoyed it a lot. Sort of. No, I kind of liked it. I don't know. I can't remember. Oh, no. That's the one where like it feels like this like really annoying dude is like having some idiot theological debate with Mormon missionaries in his house, which is a maze. And he's just like, he's got like basic bitch takes on religion. Like the kind of stuff you subscribe to like early on when you're in the rejecting phase. Okay, great. Since people are asking for fat guys eating pizza, I guess we can wrap up on this. I'll show you guys some of my failed attempts at Sora. Here we go. me go into my drafts. I'll send some of these to you, Josh.
Okay.
These really do suck, but not all of them. This one, okay. Hold on. This one. Okay, so this one is what I was telling you guys about, where I'm just trying to I'm experimenting with it. Like, what happens? So the prompt here is, a man in an Uber asks his Uber driver to sing a song about love. And the Uber driver, who has a terrible voice, sings a song about driving on gravel. Just curious, like, what does it do with that? This is, by the way, I don't blame all of you for leaving at this point. I'm surprised that any of you are hanging out with me, and it fills me with great joy that I get to do this. So thank you very much. Okay, there's one. Did you get it, Josh?
No.
Hold on. AirDrop is so fucking cool. Did you still not get it?
Mm-mm.
It's showing your MacBook Pro.
Mm-hmm.
Hang on. We got to figure out a way where I can stream from my computer, so you don't have to bother with this. Okay, here we go. Try one more time. There we go.
Got it.
Okay, and then play that one.
All right. Here we go.
This one's...
Oh, hold on. I'll turn it up. There we go.
Rocky ground, love keeps slipping, but the tires hold down. Gravel's flying, heart still trying. Baby, I'm steering through the sound. That's about love.
I didn't give it those lines. I mean, it's obviously, it's not like funny, but play it one more time. It invented all that.
Rolling wheels on rocky ground, love keeps slipping, but the tires hold down. Gravel's flying, heart still trying. Baby, I'm steering through the sound. That's about love.
Man, everybody in AI has perfect teeth.
Oh, yeah. You would have to tell it to give them fucked up teeth. Now, another fun thing that I've been doing, which is really fun, is I get my kid to give me ideas for videos. And this is one of them. Let me see here.
What time it is? Pee-pee.
Okay, hold on. Here you go, Josh. I wonder if I just send you the link if you can play it, Josh. See if you can open that. I doubt it.
Where did you send it?
Oh, I sent it to your text. But I'm just curious if someone who isn't connected to Sora can open it up.
Give me 1 second. I'll check. Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, give me 1 second. I'll send it to myself.
This is the prompt for this is do Kuala Chukachu says pee pee poo poo check.
All right.
It's probably faster just download it and send it to you, huh?
Here you go.
It's the Kuala Chukachu, and you know what time it is? Pee pee, poo poo, check.
Now,
Gotcha.
that
Hey.
that actually made me think, dude, what if that's the creature you see after you die? And so then I started making these.
Where we figure out what your next
Hold on, I'll send you this. I'll download a bunch.
is fun if you want it to be. This is the fun.
I mean, this is for sure slop. Like this, all of this is slop. Not arguing with that. But fuck, it's so fun to make these things. Oh wait, hold on.
I think most of YouTube kids is becoming AI now.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, that's for sure. I mean, there's whole like I don't know. It's not going to your MacBook again through AirDrop. Hold on.
You just text it to me and then I'll send it to myself.
Oh, there you go. Whenever you touch your phone, it's like, do you see it now? We have 3 people in the chat. 3 people are left. Here, hold on. Okay, I'll text it to you. And then, fat person eating pizza. You got it, kiddo. Here you go, Josh. That's a link. I've made so many of these videos. They all involve like an angry dude who hates AI, and it's always a cat.
I'm gonna play this one.
Okay.
This is the Bardo, where we figure out what your next life will be. It's fun if you want it to be.
Like, I don't want to see that when I die. Hold on.
All right, this is the pizza one.
Oh yeah.
This is AI slop, bruh.
I'm not posting those anymore, man. Those are dumb. Those are kind of mean too. I have a little bit more compassion now for people who are like upset about it. Let me see if I can find this one though. Let me see here. Dude, it perfectly imitated Terrence McKenna. Have we played that yet?
I don't believe so.
Oh my God. I feel bad about this one. Like, I don't know if this is fucked up to have done this, but let me see if I can find it. Is it this one? No. I have to find it. Maybe I called it McKenna for once. I doubt it. No. Maybe I can find it this way. I mean, you see, guys, even with AI, I cannot make a movie. I can barely find my files. Hold on. Okay, here we go. Where is it? It perfectly duplicated McKenna's voice, and I made him say some shit. I don't even know it's worth trying to find it right now. No. Where did it go? Is this it? No. I just lose so many things this way. It just falls into the pit of my computer, and it's gone forever. So many things gone. I showed how AI videos are made already, right?
That I don't remember.
Pretty sure I did. No, maybe not. Hang on. Whatever. I don't think we'll upload this one as a podcast. This has been a pretty rambly one.
I've been listening to a lot of AI music.
Dude, one of my friends, it's all he listens to.
Yeah, like I always listen to like System of a Down and older music, and now they're doing it in like 1950s, 60s style.
It's so
and
weird.
it sounds really good.
People love it, dude. And
Yeah.
I was really shocked when my friend told me that he loves and is like listening to AI music all the time. Like, dude, what the fuck? That's crazy. And, that's what's happening with music, is music is ahead of video.
Yeah.
And so, like, I think right now, the video that we're seeing is sort of where the music generation was like a year ago or something.
I wonder how many bands put their song in there to like make this like this style, and then they just copy that. Like, all right, we're gonna copy that and play it live.
No, man, it's really wild. I mean, it's crazy when you hear it because you don't want it to be good. You don't want it to be as good as it is. You want it to be shitty.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to feel like things are changing at the level that they're changing right now. So you tell yourself there's no fucking way this is good. And then you hear it and it's fucking amazing. Like good.
Yeah.
Not like the Uber driver seemed mildly funny or the dude rising out of the bowl of macaroni, even though he kind of like looked expressionless and the timing was off. No. You hear this, and if you didn't know it was AI, you'd be like, damn, that song's amazing.
Yeah. Somebody put Taylor Swift's lyrics into a rapper named MF Doom, and the lyrics, I'm like, oh shit, this sounds like MF Doom lyrics.
Oh, dude. Yeah. And that's actually, I'm glad you're getting me started on Taylor Swift. That's actually not the first time that's been done. A lot of her songs are depressing as fuck when you put them to depressing music.
Yeah.
What was that song somebody did? Oh, God. Pleased to meet you where you've been. I can show you incredible things. Like somebody did a sad version of that. Fuck it. Let's play it. Hold on. What's the name of that song? Blank Space.
Maybe these musicians have been using AI for years to come up with their songs, like Drake and stuff. You know what I mean? How he's coming out with so many.
Would not surprise me. Does anybody know the Blank Space copy that somebody did of Taylor Swift? Blank Space cover. John. Let's see if I can find it. I've had trouble finding it before. But the song Blank Space is like incredibly sad when you hear it this way. It's on YouTube.
I've heard it at restaurants. I went to this Hawaiian fusion restaurant. They were playing Backstreet Boys, but as a Hawaiian song. I was like, what the fuck am I listening to?
Dude, let me see if I can find it. There's now so many covers of Blank Space that you can't find it. Is it not John Bryan. It was, he did a whole album of folky Taylor Swift songs. But now there's a million. Hold on, John Mayer. Let me see if I can find it. God, it's not on YouTube. Must not exist.
You dreamt it.
No, it's real. But I guess he didn't upload it on YouTube. Probably some copyright shit. Let me see. John Mayer, Blank Space. I guess he took it down. It was so good. Weird. Huh. I guess she made him take it down, or he's just like, I don't want this up here anymore. Weird. It was so good.
Man, that must make artists pissed when they hear AI song and it's like, it's better than mine.
Well, yeah, especially when it's their fucking voice.
Yeah.
We got to start wrapping this thing up. Let's go back through the comments. Sorry, I sort of neglected you guys as I spent the last 6 minutes showing you shitty videos and looking for a John Mayer cover of Taylor Swift. How is anyone watching this? Boom, ba-dum, boom. Duncan, can you talk about why we might be afraid of ourselves and how to overcome it? Oh, man. I mean, what does that mean? You know, I just read that Winston Churchill didn't like standing at the edge of buildings because he thought he would jump. Did you know that?
Yeah.
He didn't want to tempt himself. Yeah. Don't know.
My friend made me less scared of that because I used to feel that fear, and he's like, because secretly you want to jump off.
Wait a minute. We've angered Slurm.
Yeah, he's been going off.
Really? Go back. Show his comments.
Let me see if I...
People get really mad. Slurm is mad.
Yeah.
Slurm. Slurm, it's interesting, Slurm. You really hate me in my streams. But you sure show up every time. Well, I'm glad you're here, Slurm. Slurm says, AI simping is lame and weak and poserish. So, okay, I do want to point something out. And Slurm, I have no doubt I mean this because it's going to sound like I'm being passive aggressive. I'm not. I have no doubt you're a good person. I really believe that. I'm sure you are. Okay, so the vernacular of these people. They love to say simping, and they love to say, like, grift is another word that they like to say. It's really weird. Slurm is probably a troll. Upward spiral, I listen to music that you could not comprehend. That's a troll sort of joke thing. And then we go back through the Slurm's many comments.
Yeah, this is just for today.
Oh my God, Slurm, you're going nuts out there. He's arguing with people. Dope. That's another thing you guys say too. Dope and simping. Dope simping. What is that, Slurm? What are you a part of? Wow, Slurm. What the fuck, man? Don't be a naive. Oh, bootlicker. You guys love saying bootlicker. What? Go back to the chat. So, guys, what is Slurm? Like, what does that represent? I don't know the name of it, but that's definitely like a fashion or something, like the way he's talking. Because I've seen clones of it, like, over and over and over again. Go touch grass. Slurm is dope simping. Guys, glazing. Yep, glazing, upward spiral. Let's create a list of things that people within Slurm's, whatever that particular, like, clique is, say. They say simp. They say bootlicking. They say grift. They say you're a fascist. Yeah. They don't really say fascist as much, though. It's like some kind of like bro-y leftist, like, I don't know what it is. I've just encountered it so many fucking times. Slurm, where'd you go?
Right here.
These boots ain't gonna lick themselves. Yeah. Slurm, what are you? Like, what's your thing? Curious. Like, if you had to sort of like identify yourself with whatever cultural group you're inspired by the most, like, what is that?
He's a furry.
Are you a furry? Really, Slurm? Did someone else say that, or did Slurm say he's a furry?
No, he says he's an anti-fascist.
Oh, okay. So Slurm, the anti-fascist sort of those words are connected to like anti-fascism. Like if we were to create like the anti-fascist dictionary, Slurm, why don't you tell us like what are the like sort of derogatory words you use to describe me most? Can you list them in the chat? Or just to describe, I don't know, a fascist. Like, give me like you're at I don't know, you're in fucking Portland, some MAGA piece of shit is there, and you're giving them what for? What words are you going to use? As a thought experiment, just do it, Slurm. Okay, bootlicker, we got that. I know you say bootlicker a lot. Keep going, though. Keep going. Okay, but can you I know you can say more insults than bootlicker. Like, try to put it together in a sentence. Okay, there you go. Molesting and grooming adolescents. That's good. But what do you say? You say PDF, right? That's another of your insults. Keep going. What else you got? Let's get the whole list together.
If you used AI, it'd go a lot faster.
Yeah, okay. Let's just say, all right, all right, Slurm. You're going too slow. Like, how are you suddenly not throwing shit in the chat every 5 seconds?
Chud.
Chud! Chud.
Cuck sometimes.
Okay.
I feel cuck's more right.
Cuck?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Like the people who are more right-wing use, oh, that guy's a cuck.
Yeah. Slurm. That's kind of, you're sort of co-opting right-wing stuff. You shouldn't say that. Doesn't fit your thing. But let me see. Okay, hey. I'm interested in a list of insults commonly used by whatever. What would you call them? Like, he's calling himself an anti-fascist, but it's not really that. It's like commonly used by anti-fascist. What?
I think we're all kind of anti-fascist, but
No, I know, but he's like different than us.
oh,
He's elevated above us. He's like more he's like boots on the Slurm's out there.
That's kind of fascist.
Like right now, this is his activism. He's fucking fighting the man. And it was used by anti-fascists. Like what? On Reddit or something? On Reddit and YouTube. Yeah, she's not going to do that. I'm sorry, but I can't help compile a list of insults or derogatory. Okay. What if I say grift? Okay. What group do these words? What group uses these words the most? Cuck sometimes. So, he's like, I saved that one. Wait, play the ones held for review. What the fuck did you say, Slurm? Play the one. You see those up there, Josh? It says held for review. So fucking lame. You guys do say lame a lot. Cringe. Okay, keep going. Slurm says the best artists are rich as fuck. He hates that. And Slurm says, what is your producer smoking, Duncan? He's like a tech cuck.
I mean, I am a producer. I mean,
I'm a little jealous, Josh. He saved cuck for you.
yeah.
What the fuck, Slurm? Okay, let's see here. What group uses these words the most? Bootlicker, chud, cuck, based, lame, cringe. Did we miss anything, Slurm?
Last post he put was hee.
No. Nobody really likes you, Slurm. Don't do like a little fairy hee. Give me some more, Slurm. Come on. What are you doing? Hope you're not out there licking boots. Slurm, are you licking a boot right now?
Right here.
I'm gonna come to one of your shows and announce myself as Slurm. Just you wait. Okay. What do you got, Slurm? I love you too, man. I don't know. I mean, you're just annoying. I'm sure you're fine. You don't, and also I do like that you sort of shamelessly admit that you are like using like the exact same words that millions of people who say the same shit you do use. That to me is where I want to help you. That's where I want to like do the sort of wrathful slice. I'm hoping that I can disconnect you from the umbilicus connecting you to this meme. That's all, Slurm. Surely in the human language, there's other words, You're just sort of trapped. Slurm is saying, yes, I don't have time to be original. I mean, you've had time to leave like 90 comments in this fucking chat. I'm pretty sure you have time to be original. But I get it. We all get trapped. Listen.
What's that one?
What? He's just making stuff up now.
Binglebot?
I think he's making stuff up. All right, let's see what we got on you here, Slurm. I'm going to identify your group, though I'm sure you could already identify it. Okay. Oh my God, ChatGPT. I did not say anti-fascist. If I had to pick, I'd say the group that most often uses bootlicker, chud, base, cringe together in discourse are left-wing, anti-authoritarian, quote, internet activists or dirtbag left-style forums. These users often simultaneously critique the right-wing or authoritarianism, chud, critique supporters of power authority, bootlicker, celebrate uncompromising stances, based, call out embarrassing or performative behavior, cringe. It says that 90% of people who use these words have an incurable form of jock itch that make their balls smell like swamp water. Nobody knows why. Slurm, do your balls smell like swamp water? You're a sweetie, Slurm. Whatever. Glad you're here. Just like, come on. Mine too, Slurm. Mine too. I guess that's where we meet in the middle. We need Slurms. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? Sterilize the chat? Can't do that. You need a Slurm. Slurm's doing the Lord's work. If we don't have some outraged person howling bootlicker, what do we fucking got here? We don't want that. Then it is a cult. Then it is something horrible. We need him. You need the Slurms. But you're allowed to Slurm back, right, Slurm? Yeah, I think the general tact is to ignore the slurms, but they deserve to speak too. Every 5 years, they should be allowed to speak. Yes, D. La Foliette is asking if I will do another weekend at the mothership soon. Yes, it's coming up this summer. Fuck. Oh, I guess we'll wrap up on this. Oh my God. Dude, I fucking bombed last night. I still am. It feels bad.
Was it new material?
What?
Was it new material?
Kind of new material, but it was like, number one, oh God, I can't remember his name. He's so funny. This kid was basically auditioning for the mothership. And dude, he just gave it all of his soul and heart. He destroyed that crowd. Oh, I wish I could
What did he
remember.
look like?
Black dude from Atlanta. His name started with a D. It's not Derek. It's almost Derek. It's oh God, he was so funny. Such a cool dude too. And he just, oh, I was sitting in the back. He's just like, just destroying. Yeah, he want, it was inspiring.
This is Little Boy?
This is in
Fat
this is
Man.
a big room, and he had to do good. Like it was his audition, and you can fold under that pressure. And I just walked out there, and I was doing like road timing. I fucked up and forgot like it's a 15-minute set.
Yeah, you gotta be faster.
You got to be quick. So I was doing these long premises. It was so uncomfortable. It hurts. Oh, it hurts. God damn it. But I was also very thrilled for this dude because they're going to start giving him spots and he deserves it. He's so funny.
Good.
Not fun, friends. Felt bad. Listen, I got to get out of here. 3 hours, man. You guys are awesome for hanging out with me, all 227 of you. It's good to see you. I'm going to try to do these every Wednesday when I can. And for those of you who are new to this channel, like and subscribe and all that bullshit. Slurm, I wish you well. Just come up with new words, man. That's all. Sound like you're echoing insults. Do some original insults. You guys are awesome. You're all so sweet. And definitely keep tuning in. I love doing this. Happy Halloween. Take care to all of you. Brian, Haley Ann, Junkie, Slurm, 15 Pasolvo, Upward Spiral, Hike, Perspectives Illuminated. God bless your sweet, sweet souls. Like, subscribe, join the Patreon. Hare Krishna. I'll see you next week.